Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. If you're new here, I'm Elton, a 50-something-year-old undertaking a long-term photography project in my 1996 Hymer. So you can expect to see travel photography and video from historical sites that I visit, landscape and nature photography, wildlife and animal photography from around my travels, and also video tutorials, camera gear reviews, and hints and tips of van life and long-term travel. So please do join me and hit that subscribe button. Hey folks, so yeah, firstly, it's been a while since I last posted, maybe 2 or 3 months I think already. How time flies. In the last video I did mention how I needed to put some time into getting more of a regular income from my services, website design, SEO, etc. So that's what I've been doing for the past 3 months, is just putting more efforts and time into getting those services known online, using primarily LinkedIn and Facebook. Also just pushing the pet sitting stuff a little bit more to get some paid sits. Whilst I thoroughly enjoy doing it for free, obviously I do need a bit of income. So yeah, I've been kind of pushing that also. So that has meant that I've not posted much on here on my channel. Not going to apologize, because I seem to be doing that in most of my videos. So it is what it is, and obviously an income is a priority for me. As I said in other videos, I have no intention or belief that I'm ever going to make an income off of this YouTube channel. So I've got to be realistic and spend my time on efforts where I am going to get a bit of income. So yeah, I'm still going to be posting, and obviously it's just, as I say, the priority has to be getting to a place where I've got a consistent income before I can start putting time and effort into creating and spending time editing, especially videos. These ones where I'm just talking to you and boring the living shit out of you are easy, because I don't spend a lot of time editing. But where I'm presenting something of a place I've been or things like that, and editing, an editing process can take a day or two. So the reason I'm posting this today is because it actually marks 2 years of me being on the road, 17th of August 2021. So yeah, it's been an eventful couple of years. To be honest, the last few months have been a bit of a struggle. And I think I mentioned in a previous video that a lot of full-time van lifers don't quite make it to year 2. And I can understand why now that I've been through this myself. I think, again, what you see on social media is not the realities of van life. There are a lot of complications, things we take for granted, living in a home, having a fixed address, etc. Things like GPs, getting hospital tests, these kinds of things become significantly more complicated when you're traveling around. And as a solo traveler especially, I think it can get particularly boring sometimes, lonely sometimes. And this summer so far has seriously not helped things, because we had a horrendous winter, and so far this year we've had a horrendous summer. It has been the wettest, I think it was the wettest June on record, followed by not a much better July, and so far into August. Okay, this week, so 17th of August now, this is the first week that's actually okay. We've got a bit of sun, and there's forecasted temperatures of 28 degrees one day this week. But it's not really been much of a summer, and typically the things that get me through the winter months is looking forward to the summer. And when we don't have one, then it's just, it's not really great for the mood. So yeah, I mean, I've done several sits now. I was recently in Chipping Norton, which, if any of you watch Clarkson's Farm, will know that's where his farm and his farm shop are. And it was my intention, I was there for 2 weeks, it was my intention to go and take some pics and just explore and see what everything was, what all the hype is about with Diddley's Quad Farm. But it rained every single day I was there. So I didn't get to go and see Diddley's Quad Farm. So there's been a lot of frustration over the last couple of months due to weather conditions and just not being able to get out and explore. I have a motorcycle that I typically use to get around and explore on. And whilst I will happily use it in rain and wet conditions if I absolutely need to, go and get food supplies, etc., I don't tend to go out sightseeing when it's raining because I just inevitably obviously get there soaking wet and it's just not an enjoyable experience. So yeah, that's another one of the frustrations I've had. Things I've learned over the 2 years is expect the unexpected. Bank on the fact that you're going to have trouble. I haven't met a van lifer, whether they're full-time or go away for several months at a time, that hasn't had problems, either with their vehicle or personal issues, health issues, etc. So just know what it is you've got to do if something happens to your van, because that is your home ultimately. So what's your plans if it breaks down? What happens if it's a catastrophic breakdown, engine blows up, etc.? Do you have sufficient finances to purchase another van or replacement engine or whatever the case may be? Social media has got a lot to answer for with regards to the glamorous lifestyle that is supposed to be van life. The reality is it is challenging, and I fully understand now why so many people don't make it to year 2. For me personally, in the last month or two, I've been seriously putting more thought into purchasing a home, from which I can at least return to should I need to go and see a doctor, should I need to go hospital appointments, etc., just to have that base that I can return to make things slightly easier. But I'm not yet fully convinced if that's what I want to do. But the fact that it has been playing on my mind in the last month or two, just kind of reiterates that it can get difficult on the road. And again, it's down to personal expectations from van life. So why are you doing van life? I've met several full-time van life people who have a permanent pitch somewhere. So either they found a farmer who's renting them a piece of land to stay on, or they found a seasonal pitch on a campsite somewhere where they just stay there for the whole year, and they're happy to do that. And I think if you do that, the issues are less. Because, if you're in one place, you can register with the local GP, you can register with the local hospital or get referred to a local hospital. You can find a job locally, etc., etc. Whereas, if you're transient, then those are a bit more complicated. And for me, maybe I kind of I didn't do enough research into it, or I just thought things might be a bit easier. So maybe a bit of naivety on my own part there too, that travel costs money, simple as that. And if you've got visions of constantly traveling, of seeing different countries, eating out all the time, etc., those soon add up. For me, eating out, going to the pub is a bit of a luxury at the moment, to be honest. So, if you're wanting to travel a lot and see new places constantly, either you've got to be self-employed and have a constant income So your business needs to be established to the point where you know that you're getting this constant income every month, or you've got to be employed with an employer that's happy for you to work full-time remote, or you've got to have a good social media audience where you can make money from doing YouTube videos, from influencer things on Instagram or TikTok, etc. But yeah, it is difficult to kind of do what I'm doing at the moment, which is trying to establish a business whilst on the road. In hindsight, which is a great thing, I would have got my business to a point of consistency before I hit the road. But, that's not what's happened, and I'm just dealing with my reality at the moment. So yeah, it is a bit of a challenge at the moment, to be completely honest with you. I have no intention of calling it quits with this, because, to be honest, I haven't even scratched the surface of what I want to see, the countries I want. I mean, at the moment, I've only been in the UK. I've not even gone abroad yet, mainly because of my elderly dog, who's 13 and a half, and I don't want to put him through that stress and heat that you would find in the places I want to go to in Europe and Northern Africa. So I've resigned myself to the fact that I will just travel around the UK until such a time that he crosses the Rainbow Bridge, at which point I will then go abroad and further afield. But even in the UK, I've still got so much I want to see and do. So, there's no real rush, as it were, to kind of get cracking abroad. But, just enjoy my final months, or however long my preacher's got left in him. So yeah, I just wanted to pop on just, for the 2-year anniversary. For the past, since January, since I started doing the pet sitting, I've been primarily parked up at people's homes, sitting for them. There's been a few days here and there in between sits where I've booked myself into a little campsite and things, and that's been nice. But needs must at the moment, and I love being around animals, so that's it's great. I've spent some time with some really cool dogs. But yeah, I just need to get the website stuff and the SEO and the social media management to a point of consistency. And since the last time I posted, I've had 5 website clients, which I should be happy about, because that's not bad going, given that I really only put my foot down on marketing this again from around April time, March perhaps. So I'm happy with the progress, and I understand any startup takes 18 to 24 months to become profitable, but at the moment, because of my lifestyle, because of my overheads being low, a couple of clients a month is kind of keeping the bank balance in the green. So yeah, it's just plodding away at that, but I will make some more time because I've got so much video that I need to obviously edit and put together and share, and so I will find time and make time to do that in the future. I can't and I won't say how often I'm going to post, because it will just be when I get the time to dedicate to it, because as I say, at the moment, this channel is never going to be an income source to me. This channel was always started as a personal diary for me, and I got kind of in this whole headspace of, you got to publish polished videos, you got to spend days editing all the content, and that was never my intention. And it's difficult to try and promote 2 businesses, so the websites and the pet sitting, plus all the social media stuff that goes with that, plus actually doing the pet sitting, plus doing the client work, plus going out and actually exploring and taking photos and videos, etc., and then also making time to sit down and edit all of that stuff. So bear with me, guys. I'm likely to go back to the original concept of this channel, which was just to be a personal diary, something that I can look back on in 10, 20 years time, something my kids may be interested in showing the grandkids if I ever have some in down the road. But yeah, for now, just it is what it is. Let's just leave it at that. You know, I'll put out videos, but I can't guarantee they're going to be to the standards of other van lifers out there, and that's fine, because as I say, I have no ambitions or goals for this channel to ever be an income earner for me. I have to face reality that I'm simply not the the type of channel that's going to attract the masses. I'm not in my 20s or 30s. I'm not, you know, climbing up sheer rock faces. I'm not mountaineering. I'm not doing action sports, etc., etc. So my audience is clearly a lot older, and people who are generally interested in travel, history, that kind of thing. So yeah, before I really bore the crap out of you, I think I'll just end it there. If you've got any questions relating to van life, you know, maybe, you know, asking me about my last 2 years on the road, anything you want to know about challenges and how I've dealt with them, whatever the case may be, comment below and I'll be happy to either, you know, happy to respond to you or actually create a video answering your questions, because yeah, if I've got some ideas of what you want to know, it will help. Right, I'm going to leave it there, folks, and I shall see you soon. Cheers, bye bye.